Alright, so maybe you've had times where you've got something like this. Say you've got a ton of notifications sitting under your GitHub, and you might have something similar to me. I've got tons. I've got a security advisory here. If I go into it, you're going to see a stack of projects that are in need of attention. They all have a pull request there, probably some package update needed. And frankly, I mean, there's 15 of them there that are just sitting there waiting to be done. And, Setbot does a relatively good job, but you still got to come along and review it, make sure the tests work, etc. What I've been doing lately is using Comet. So I've got an example here. I'm just going to create a new version of that. But basically I can get Comet to use GitHub Copilot, its agent, and go through and get rid of these for me. So I've got a prompt I created earlier. I'm going to make this available in the comments below, but you see here, go through these projects, create a new issue with the shortcut, which is one I've got called GitHub security check, but I've got the full prompt in here. Go through, create a new issue for the project with the following title: update dependencies to address security issues and description. The project currently has security issues related to its dependencies. Here's the task I want you to do: update all dependencies that are known security issues, ensure that the project still builds and passes all tests after the updates, and please investigate, update the affected dependencies, and verify that the application remains stable and secure. Okay, so I'm going to assign this to the Copilot and the assignees. Got a spelling typo there, so I'll fix that up before I post this. For each of them, and make sure only repositories that have not had recent pull requests made today have issues created. Okay, so I'm going to fire this off. The great thing about Comet is that it's got the understanding that is looking at a browser tab. You can see it's got that context there. When I click on here, away it goes. It starts looking through all of the project here. It's looking at the tab. You can see it's looking at all the issues there. Going through, creating some reasoning. So it's going to start having a look at these projects. It can navigate around them, which is pretty awesome. You can see that there's a project. Okay, so maybe I don't need to do it for this one. I'll go for the next one. Okay, so it's checking to see if those exist already. So I've done a couple of these already. Bit of a trial and error. Okay, so this one is probably got one. Let's create today. Okay. Cool. So now it's going to start filling out that issue. I'm going to add that title. Cool. There you go. I even had a bit of trouble there for title. I can select my friend there, the Copilot. There we go, so it's created that issue. It's now assigned it. It's now in the hands of Copilot. Copilot's going to take a look, start getting underway of creating a work in progress pull request there, sort of explaining what it's going to do. And Wallace will continue through and go through that list of all the projects I had there. The great thing about this is, I'm just sort of keeping an eye on it. I can do something else while I wait. And most likely when I get to the end of this, it's going to give me the option to create this as a shortcut. So whenever I want to enact the same process again, I can do so. Okay, so while that's happening, we can let it do its thing. Go back to GitHub here. So under my notifications here, I can see I have a couple that were done previously, sort of 10, 11 minutes ago. This one has a sort of review of what's needing to be done. This is a draft pull request here. Copilot's given me, it's analyzed what it needs to be done, found some issues, it's looking at some next steps there, and cool. Okay, so I'm going to review it now. Scroll back up to the top there, and if I go into the review there, you can see, oh yeah, cool, it's still now, because I've switched it from the review there, it's going to go through and actually start going in progress there, and you can watch if you want. The cool thing about it, this is a new thing that's happened, is that they now allow you one premium request only per session. I guess they're trying to get more people to use this, and it's great. I mean, take advantage of it. You've probably all got some sort of project or other that needs a lot of security fixes, if anything to do with JavaScript and TypeScript, etc. If I go back to my notifications, let that continue on. And so we're getting this real agent style parallel work being done, and we can give it a once over. I mean, these are low risk, tedious jobs that you probably don't want to do yourself. Hopefully you've got a good test suite so that when it does actually build and run some tests, that everything's all a-okay. If I can kick this off again, you can see here in this in progress section, again, we can watch each individual one. Let's go back to our previous one where we had, this was underway. Is it cool? Okay, so that issue's been created. Again, we've got some tasks there. So if I perform the action in the following repositories, cool. So it's actually giving me updates there. And if I want, it's got this little save queries shortcut there. So I do so. This is actually probably a little bit better than the previous one I had. Go through these projects, create a new issue with the project. So this is exactly what we put in there. Sign the Copilot and assign each of them. Make sure any repositories have not had recent pull requests made today. Cool. So it's got exactly all the things that I had there previously. I'm going to give it a name and GitHub list of security issues. Okay, so whenever I want to fire this off again, I'm going to be able to either come into, sorry, it's a little bit of a smaller screen there. If I click save, cool, that's saved now. It's now sit under my managed shortcuts, and I'm going to be able to fire that off whenever I need to. So yeah, that's all I'm going to sort of go over today. This is just a little hack that I found just literally in the last half hour or so, and I think it's a great way to get rid of these boring, tedious jobs, and that's what AI is great for.